yeah, that's much nicer. Welcome, Hammerheads. Robert Smith here, over here at the Brunswick office here in Muskegon, Michigan. And I'm getting ready here to try out my first attempts on the new hammer effect. I've thrown Widows, I've thrown Envies, haven't quite thrown this one yet, so not sure what to expect out of it. But as of right now, I'm fairly lined up with my Widow 2.0 solid. So we're gonna probably just stand in the same spot that I did with the Widow and throw this hammer effect from the same spot to see what it does. So again, I have no idea what to expect. This is my first crack at throwing this, so we'll see what happens. So where I got lined up on the last one was the about 34 board with the Widow 2.0 solid. So I'm gonna stand in the same spot just because I'm curious to see what it does off the spot there. Definitely a little more length than I was expecting out of that. So yeah, that's good. That's good because my Widow line definitely hooks early enough for me so I don't have any issues with that. So we'll try it again. We'll make a move here. So that ball went pretty long. So I'm thinking probably about, I'm gonna move at least 4 or 5 to the right just because of the length that I saw. I don't need it to get so far down and to where it's not gonna recover. So I'm looking for something a little sooner, maybe try to bounce the dry a little quicker on that. Yeah, there we go. Oh boy. That thing saw the friction. I got it right a little early and that thing absolutely just motored. So again, fresh out of the box, but from what I'm seeing with this thing definitely has some length and it definitely has a motor off it when it sees the friction. So let's try this again. And if anybody wants to see the layout, it's exciting. Pin up, kicked out like everybody else. Okay, that makes a strong move. I mean, there's no messing around with that ball. That thing got to the spot, made its move, and it was set. I kind of was expecting that thing to keep motoring left, but it stood up and it made a really strong, nice roll right into the pocket. So I'm gonna probably cheat this aboard left just because of how heavy it's rolling off the spot. That's much nicer. Much nicer. I'm not afraid to create some room with this thing. It's clean to the front. So, I mean, I kind of equate it. I don't think it's as lengthy as maybe the Widow Hybrid 2.0, but definitely got some length to it. But the core itself doesn't look like it's trying to flare out. It looks like it's trying to stay heavy. So it's promoting ball roll over flip. So I kind of like that shape too. So we'll throw a couple more of these and then we'll take a look at what the pin down looks like. This is fun. Just send it. Okay, I kind of really don't want to mess with this too more, but I got to see how much I can hook it, of course. So, you know, I'm going to make that standard, you know, 2-in-1 move, 2 dots left, 1 arrow left. Slow it down a little bit, see if it gets through the front, because especially getting this far left on a house shot, you're going to start getting into that lefty dry laydown area. So if it still pushes through that, gets around and recovers, we got a ball that's definitely meant for a lot of the laters. All right, so 31, 36, 41. Yeah, I'm already in front of the bar turn, awesome. Yeah, this one's pretty versatile. I tell you what, I can manipulate the hook a little bit with this. I can stay firm, send it to the dry, get a little left, slow it down a little bit, give that ball a little bit more angle and time to recover. But you can see it didn't really puke out when it actually had to recover on that angle. So that was really nice. So pretty happy with my normal layout on this. So time to, let's try the second one. So I've got another one here. Pin down, mass bias is about the same strength, but this one's a pin down. If anybody's wondering what my axis points are, I don't know either, so that's fine. But we're gonna throw this one, see what it does through the spot. So I'm gonna go back to where I was, stand in 31, and see what we get. Ooh. Oh, that was even cleaner. So my pin down, that one actually got to the front even cleaner a little later. Didn't quite have the response, but that may be because of how far it went down. So I'm gonna make the move. I'm gonna move probably about 3 or 4 right again, just to see if that ball is it length or is it just the tameness of what it's doing off the back end with the layout. So let's see what's going on here. 31, 27. Okay, so I think it was the tameness. I think that pin down one's just a little bit tamer off the spot, not quite as responsive. Definitely got right into the dry a little closer, and that thing hooked. So definitely not the layout. All right, let's try that again. So that was too much. 31 was a little late, so let's try 29 and a half. Oh. Okay, I was mistaken. That ball tried to read earlier, actually. So that now makes sense on the first shot I threw on why it looked like it was so late. It actually read up sooner, so it actually bogged down just a touch. So I'm gonna go left of where I was with the other one and slow it down just a touch. That thing came all the way back. It came all the way back. I'm pretty impressed with this thing. I mean, this thing is really got some versatility, especially with both the different layouts. The one I'm normally used to with the pin-ups, you know, it does what I expect. Gets down lane, makes a strong move. The pin down one kind of threw me for a loop for a second because I wasn't expecting it to actually read sooner. Some of the pin downs, you lose a little bit of RG, differential. And you lose the flare, so it kind of looks like it's going to tame out, but it actually picked up sooner. So they've got a nice little blend with each other. Surprisingly, I think the one with the pin down, I want to throw a little slower just because it wants to read sooner, so I'm going to let it read sooner. So we'll throw it slow again. Oh, Yankees. That was a pull. That was a pull. And it's still recovered in all that oil with hooking it. Yeah, these things are pretty nice. Pretty nice. This is, of course, is on the normal house shot, so a little bit more in, a little bit more forgiving with the response, but we all know what house shots do. They tend to get a little bit wet dry, especially when you move in. So if you miss left, the ball zooms. Miss right, it rolls out. I'm not seeing this issue. It seemed pretty cut and dry. It was like if it did a little bit of that, you could just move left, slow down, and it will respond out of the oil very easily. So it's not losing traction. It's definitely not losing its response. Pretty sold on it right now. So I'm gonna throw a few more shots. If I come up with something brilliant, I will let you know. But I'm going to stay with the pin down one. Oh, yanked it more. Okay, you can't yank it that much. Threw it too fast, missed left. Absolutely wasn't patient with that shot, whatever. That's a little better. Yeah, that was a little bit better. Yeah, it's amazing when you help them throw it halfway decent too. But again, I mean, I'm wheeling this thing. Throwing it still fairly hard. it's responding every time. So, I mean, this ball's definitely got some grab. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna go back to the pin up one. I'm gonna move left to where I was with the pin down. Hopefully this will show about a good, I'm over about 4 or 5 boards difference in hook. If it's got about that much range just in the layout, that's a lot of difference I can play with just in those 2 layouts alone. So that's nice to see. Oh, get all the way back. I'm done. Hammerheads, hope you enjoyed this video. Look forward to showing you some more of these down the road, but otherwise have a great one. Enjoy it, and look out for your hammer effect. It's coming.